What is a literal equation? A literal equation is an equation involving two or more variables, and this is often seen when we're talking about specific formulas. So in my image below, I have various formulas that can be used to find the area, circumference, volume of different types of shapes. And if I wanted to rearrange the way these equations looked, they would be known as literal equations. So to solve a literal equation, we can use the same rules that we use for a regular equation. So here I have a regular equation next to a literal equation, so we can see how the steps look very similar, and we can kind of think about our literal equation as a normal equation. So in my regular equation, I want to solve for the letter b, which is the only variable. So I want to get rid of the 12 and the 2. Because our goal is to undo or remove the constant, I'm going to subtract 12, and I'm going to remember to do that on both sides. So 12 minus 12 is 0, and 24 minus 12 is going to give me 12. So I can bring down the 2b and the equal sign. I still want to get b by itself, so I want to undo the multiplication, the 2 times the b. So I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So 2 divided by 2 gives us 1. So I have 1b left, and that is going to equal 6. Now, in my literal equation, I still want to solve for b, so that means I want to get rid of the x and the c. Because the x is not with my variable that I want, it is just hanging out by itself, I can consider the x as I would the constant. It is the letter that is not directly affected with the variable I want. So I'm going to subtract x. Because x was positive, I'm going to subtract to undo, and x minus x does not matter what the number is, will give me 0. And now 18 minus x, because I can't actually do that subtraction like I did with the 24 and the 12, I'm just going to write 18 minus x. I'm not going to actually subtract anything. And then I'm going to bring down my equal sign and my CB. So I still want to get B by itself. So B is being multiplied with C because the two letters written together is the same thing as 2 times B. And the opposite of multiplication is division. So I'm going to divide both sides by C. C divided by C is going to give me 1. So I have 1B left. And again, similar to what we did with the 18 minus x, because I can't actually take all that and divide it by C, I'm just going to write exactly what I see, 18 minus x over C. So B is equal to this giant fraction. So the difference between a literal equation and a regular equation is in a regular equation, you actually end up with your variable equal to some number. But in our literal equation, all we are doing is rearranging the letters so that the letter that we want, in this case B, is isolated on one side and everything else is on the other side. So when we're talking about literal equations, we tend to talk about formulas a lot because this is where we mostly use it, especially in science when we're talking about a specific formula. So if I were actually told the height of this shape, the length, and the width, I can use those numbers to find the volume. So using the formula would mean I would replace the letters L, W, and H with their actual number values, and I would get some number. But here I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to rearrange the equation so that H is all the way by itself on one side where everything else will be on the other. So I'm going to ask myself, what am I doing with the L and the W? Because we have letters written next to each other, that means multiplication. So the opposite is going to divide. Don't forget to do that on both sides. So because we are multiplying LW with H, I'm going to divide LW on both sides. So L on the top, L on the bottom cancels out. It gives me 1. W on the top, W on the bottom cancels out. That gives me 1. So I am left with H. Like we said earlier, we cannot actually do that division because V divided by LW is just a bunch of letters. So I literally just write V divided by LW. Because my goal was to get H by itself, I have that, so I am done. All I did was rearrange my equation so that now H is a letter by itself. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, if you found this helpful, like, subscribe, and share with fellow educators or students.